welcome back to the channel. Yes, I am back with another brand new video. So guys, today I will be talking to you about God. Now, I'm not going to preach to you like a lot of people do. I am just simply going to talk to you and pretty much tell you my experience with God and just how I give him worship and praise and just let him know that no matter what's going on, God, you are in control. So I will be talking today. I'm not going to have this video go so long, but I'm at least trying to get 10 minutes in. Okay? All right, guys. So for me, I was brought up in the church since I was a baby. And you would think that if you were brought up in the church, you would never make mistakes. But if that was the case, you wouldn't really know exactly right from wrong or exactly how to be wiser than you are. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from the bad choices you made. And it comes with time and, of course, mistakes. And, of course, making bad choices, thinking pretty much not good things. But for me, let me tell you how it happened with me. My mother knew that there was something different about me since I was a little girl, and my mother, she has been through a lot of things emotionally, but she has always come to me for advice on how to handle a certain situation or how to deal with something or how to get through something. And growing up, I was around a lot of elders, a lot of older people, and of course I stayed in church. And my grandma taught me how to pray, and I listened to the elderly, and I listened to all the older people, on how life works. And I listened to their advice on things, even though, of course, I was young, and I still am young, of course. I'm young, guys. I'm young. But of course I'm young, but I listened to their advice. But having a younger mind, you understand, especially for me, I was wise at a young age, but I wasn't wise enough on how to live better, if you know what I'm saying. My knowledge comes from God, and I know what to not do as a young age. I'm talking about when I was younger. But you have those moments in life that pulls you towards things that you should not be doing. And for me, it was making bad choices and drinking and partying. I really wasn't the party type. I would really just go out with my sisters because I thought of course they had guys and they seemed cooler than me. And it was like, oh my goodness, stop staying home and being boring and reading a Bible. Dude, do something with your life. So my sister signed me up for online dating when I was younger. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And once I got the hang of it and used to it, it became a bad habit for me. And of course, that's when the bad choices started to be made. And that was picking wrong guys, having sex before marriage, being manipulated, being treated wrongly. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, he will change. Right. No. See, if it wasn't for all the things that I've been through, and if it wasn't for God taking me through those things, because God will let you make the mistakes. He will let you. Now, He will warn you. He will, that discerning spirit will come to you and say, this is not it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you go, Lord, oh, this is tough. And you will do it. And then you will come back to God and say, Lord, forgive me. I will not do it again. And what winds up happening, you do it again. But a lot of us constantly build a cycle of doing it over and 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 not really learning where the mistake is and not really learning from the situation that they're putting themselves in and actually coming out wiser to not make the same bad choices again. A lot of us have a challenge when it comes to growing up and actually making adult decisions. And when I say adult decisions, I don't mean immature adult decisions. I mean mature adult decisions. Meaning when to say no, when to walk away, when to minimize yourself from a circle that is nothing but bad, not really bad people, but just bad things that they do. And for me, I had to minimize myself from a lot of the situations because over time and over just dealing with the mistakes and learning from the situations, I've grown wiser when it comes to making decisions. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I've grown wiser to with a lot of decision making and things like that. So a lot of us don't bother to learn from it. They just literally just do it again and do it again and do it again. But anyway, my knowledge comes from God. But not only God, it comes from observing and just listening to people. And to the point, I can read people just by talking to them on how they are, what their personality is like. Even if they try and cover it up, I can tell when they're lying because I realize not my calling, but how God designed me to be. And when I'm first meeting a person, I don't speak. And if I do, it's very short because I'm observing what kind of person you are. And for me, I'm not going to be the type to, if you are a bad person, I'm not going to be the type to just tell you, okay, I can't talk to you. No, I will continue talking to you and we'll continue having a conversation. And once you walk away, I walk away and I won't, it's not to say that I won't talk to you. I will talk to you because we are here to help each other. We, God's people, are here to help each other, make the right choices and have a better life. We're here to support each other. It doesn't matter if you're on the other side of the rope. Everybody is still loved by God no matter what. And we are to love each other no matter what. And it is hard. It is stressful. But I constantly tell myself, what would Jesus do? What would God do? And I snap back because I'm trying to see how I can put this on how I can be. If someone upsets me, usually I get emotional or I get really angry. But I've never gotten myself to that point where I've been so freaking angry, I would literally kill you. Except, in my past, of course, that was, before I separated from my ex-husband. Yeah, I was going to kill him. Not really kill it, but I was going to hurt him. But anyway, enough about that. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is how I work is I could be having a conversation. Let's give my husband, for example. He could say something very mean to me. I would literally calmly say to him, "Why are you being so mean to me? I don't literally have to do anything to you, and you just come off this mean." He has this thing about him, and it only lasts a couple minutes, and then he's back to, sweetheart. I don't know what it is, neither does he, but it happens. And I've been trying to figure it out as to why it's been happening, but he doesn't notice that. He doesn't notice that he's doing it either. There are times where he's come home and he's angry because of work. And there are times, of course, ladies, your men will take it out on you. And some of them don't mean to, but they're upset. They're angry. And we're the as a sweet woman, we're the person to say, "Hi, honey, how are you? I missed you so much." And how was your day? He just had to say that, huh? But we say, "How was your day? How was your day at work?" And here comes the craziness. And here comes the fussing. And here comes the attitude. And here comes the sarcasm. And here comes a little bit of the asshole coming, But for me, I've changed a lot. And that's because of God, honestly. God has been in my life forever. And I'm reminded every day when I have a moment where I'm completely down and completely sad, God reminds me that he's always there. He reminds me through a commercial. He reminds me through a phone call. He reminds me through a text message. He reminds me through something on Facebook. He reminds me through his discerning spirit that comes over me. He reminds me every moment that he is here. You can't see me. Now these are my words, but I use the words as God speaking to me. You can't see me. You can't feel me. But as a warrior of God, your spirit and my spirit are connected by love. The love I have for you and the love you have for me as my servant. So many people say God is worthy to be praised. That is true. That is true, guys. That is true. But it's already been said so many times, and yet people are like, tell me something I don't know, honey. And it's just not clicking, that you need God. The best way I can tell people that they need God, I say, whatever you're going through, whatever it is. There is nothing that God cannot handle. There is nothing that God cannot handle. He loves you. He, not they, but He loves you. He watches over you. He watches you grow up like a father should. He supports you in any decisions that you make, whether it's good or bad. He wants you to do the right thing. He wants you to take care of yourself. And remember that don't let people walk all over you. And you don't have to say anything bad to them. You don't have to say bad things to people to get them to understand that you're hurting. You just say, I didn't like the way you treated me, or the way you spoke to me, or what you said to me. But I forgive you. And you go on with your day. Because the biggest thing to kill an enemy is kindness, goodness, love, joy, and peace. You have peace knowing that you're not the one sitting there worrying about what was said. You are killing them with kindness. You are killing them with joy and peace and humbleness, and knowing that my wrath is not like God's wrath. My wrath is not like God's wrath. Even some people, even some saints get cocky with it. They say, woo, honey child, I hate to be you. Because God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. They get cocky with it. They snap that finger and go, honey. God don't like ugly. You better recognize who you speak to. Exactly. Don't touch His anointed ones. Guys, God is, He's your Father. He's your Creator. And He's so gentle. He's so kind. So many see the things that happen in life, like death. People, getting hurt. People dealing with sicknesses that they can never cure. Different things that they sit there and they blame God and say, God, you did this. Why? We worship you, we honor you, and you do these things to us. God doesn't do anything to hurt you. But God wants you to know that we are born to die. That may be sad to some, but it's a part of life. When you die, you are asleep. And when that time of resurrection, not Lord, I said resurrection, Lord Jesus. And when that time comes, because you guys got to make sure you read Revelations. When that time comes, when He calls His saints home, that is the moment that you get to be with Him. You're not thinking about cancer. You're not thinking about when you got killed in a car accident. You're not thinking about somebody killed you. You're not thinking about none of that, because you're at peace. Now, your family may be thinking about it, but if they love God And know that God's purpose is beautiful. No matter how crazy it seems, God's purpose is beautiful. We don't understand it, but we are to trust him and know that he's going to just take care of us even in death. Just remember, that is a moment closer to you being together with him again in his arms, and he holding you so tight and saying, well done, welcome home, well done, my child. God is a good God. God has taken me through some things, guys, I have never told anyone. Except for my husband, my new husband. Except for Johnny. I do tell Johnny. I do. Know that God he's not here to hurt you. He loves you. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. He loves you. And he sees everything that you do wrong. Do you ever wonder how he feels? Do you ever wonder if it makes him cry? Do you ever wonder if it makes him disgusted? No one really knows. But there is one thing that is true. He never stopped loving you, no matter what you're doing. Of course, he wants you to do the right thing. And he gives you opportunity after opportunity to get it together. Now when the time runs out, the only person there is to blame for not getting it together is you. Guys, I thank you guys for listening. And just know that God, he's amazing. And I just don't know what I would do without him. I just pray that someday, guys, you all experience it too. A wonderful, peaceful, amazing, loving, caring, gentle, humble relationship with God. In Jesus' holy name, God, we ask you, Lord, to just help us all to just know that you love us, that you want us to come to you, to be one with you, to see the world from your eyes. Take care of yourself, guys. And remember, even if it's just the smallest prayer, pray. Because some prayers can start out small, and eventually they get bigger and 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 bigger. And the bigger you get them, and the bigger you express yourself, and the bigger you just let it go, let it all out, the more powerful your blessing will be. Because you are opening yourself completely. You're not blocking anything. You're not keeping anything from God. You are completely surrendering everything to God. And that's what he wants. Guys, please take care of yourself and each other. And I will be praying for everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in another video. Later.